In today's video, we are going to take every single brawler and put them up against the boss in the Brawl Stars Boss Olympics. Every brawler is going to the training area and they have one goal: to defeat the boss as fast as possible. They are allowed to use gadgets. They're allowed to use gears. They're allowed to use star powers, hypercharges, supers, attacks, everything at their disposal to defeat the boss as quickly as possible. Previously in the boss test, I required brawlers to charge their super before they could actually use it, but in this boss test, we're gonna change that up. They will be allowed to use a hypercharge and a super right off the bat to try and pump out as much damage as possible. It's more fun, it's more exciting, and it'll save me some recording time. It has been over 3.5 years since I have done this, because with the introduction of hypercharges, not all brawlers had their hypercharges, but now every single brawler does. So let's get started. And we're gonna do this alphabetically, starting with 8-bit and ending with Ziggy. One quick note, I actually will not be using the damage gear because it's just would be so obnoxious to do. But reload speed gear and gadget cooldown gear are allowed. The last time I did the boss test, there were 54 brawlers in the game. There are now 97 brawlers in the game, which means that we are almost doubling the amount of brawlers to cover. I'll do my best to speed things up for you guys. First up, we've got 8-bit. Okay, let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's perfect. That was the perfect start. That was what I was most worried about. But we've got it going now. The turret is attacking, and now we just want to use the gadget at the perfect time to get as much damage as we possibly can. We can actually just like let it reload right here. And it looks like that is boom. 8-bit gets a score of 18.51 seconds. That's really good. He's currently in the lead, but he's also in dead last. I also want to briefly show all of the builds that I'm going for every single brawler so you guys can just quickly see them. Up next is Alli. This is her best build. We're going to use this star power to reload faster while she's enraged, and this gadget to make her enraged. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is like gonna be a while. I was all hyped to like make this really fun and exciting for Alli, but I don't think it's going to be. Okay, we got super here, and that's it. Oh my gosh. 1 minute, 12.19 seconds. Okay, that is her score right there. She's currently in second out of 2 brawlers. Up next is Amber. For Amber, we have a few things to consider. We could use either gadget, could actually be really good. This one could be useful with this, or this star power to increase her super automatically charging. Now for brawlers with lots of options like this, I'm going to test all of them, but I'm only going to show you the recording of their best score. This is Amber. Take 10. Lost some manage here. We got hypercharge, super, gadget. We are going in a counterclockwise circle to try and activate as much as possible. Okay. There we go. Now we put this down right here. We are using that star power to reload faster. And here we go again with another gadget as well. Throw another super down. Okay, come on. Now this is the tricky part here. This is what I've messed up almost every single time. We want to make sure we use it just the right amount of ammo reloaded. And that is perfect. That's the best time I've gotten, yes. Okay, I'm so proud of myself. There will be some human error here, but I'm gonna do my absolute best for you guys. Wow, I shaved off a whole second off of my best last time. It's 25.54. Boom, Amber is in second place. Next we have Angelo. This is his best build, but I actually end up ignoring his gadget. Hyper, super, start charging his attack. The reason why we are ignoring the gadget is because the gadget, okay, perfect. There we go. Actually jumps you away from the boss, which is very problematic when it comes to positioning your super and getting maximum value. So it's just better for you not to. And boom. That was perfect. That was my best score. Yeah, I shaved off 2.5 seconds. Okay, 28.5. Boom. Love that. Okay, Angelo's in third. Next, we have Ash. And this is his best build with this gadget and this star power. The only trick to Ash is using his gadget first, and we are away. Boom. Love that. Oh, that is great. And we use hypercharge go. Boom, 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 boom. And we are spamming. Okay, and we are spamming. And we should be about there. Boom. 33.38. That is enough for 4th place right now. Up next is Barley. Gadget and gears don't matter, but his star power does. Hypercharge, super, attack, and we are just spamming it. Love this. We're going to use 1 ammo here. And then hypercharge super, and then throw down the ammo so we get to utilize his additional damage from his hypercharge for a little bit more ammo. And this is actually taking me longer than I expected. Come on, Barley. There we go. Wow. Okay. 37.34. He's in second to last. Oh my gosh. Up next is B. Her star power doesn't matter, but her gadget does, along with the gadget gear. Okay, now B's positioning is very important because this gadget does more damage the longer the bees are out. But here's the problem. If I move too far away, then those bees are likely to hit other bots, and then you don't get maximum damage using her hypercharged super. So it's a balance of doing them perfectly, and I believe that this is the perfect spot, the best of the best, I think. If somebody wants to go into the training cave and sit around for half an hour trying to find out a better spot, please be my guest. But for B, it is just a matter of spamming everything and just attacking as quickly as possible. There's a little, B's a weird one. I don't know, this is weird. Also, I just know in the comment section, someone's gonna be complaining about the fact that I'm not spamming her attack fast enough or something. Boom, okay. She gets a score of 35.61 seconds, and that is enough for 5th so far. By the way, at the end of the video, I will show you the complete ranking all the way from worst to best, because this is just a moving ranking, just depending on the brawlers that we've already scored. Up next is Belle. This gadget will do a little bit of damage. Her gear and her reload speed is actually pretty good, but star power doesn't matter. Hyper, super, gadget, attack, attack, attack. Okay, this is gonna be a while. Okay. And we are done. Ooh, Belle, you take a long time. In fact, right now, she is in second to last. Up next, we have Barry. Gadget doesn't matter because his attack's always gonna be on the floor, but this star power is actually really useful. Okay, dude, it's just spam. Did I miss that? Oh my gosh, that's dumb. Okay, let's manually aim that then. Come on. Okay, we're still going. Okay. Oh, this is good. Dude, why is Barry so much better than Barley? Come on. And he's done. Ooh, that was good. That was good. 26.48. That's enough for 3rd place right now. Up next, we have Bibi. This one's going to take me a few takes, I imagine. Her gadgets, gears, and star powers actually don't matter at all. Okay, we are on Bibi take 12. 13, something like that. I want somebody in the comment section to prove me wrong, but I am fairly certain the best way to do this is without her hypercharge. Boom, we start right there, and this is my attacks may look like they are a little missing. They're not. They are hitting the 2800 damage. That is my bats actually hitting. If you can get a faster time than this, please make a video, put it on Twitter, tag me, whatever you need to do. That's the best score I've gotten by 2 seconds. That's great. And that is enough to put Bibi in number 1 by a whole 2 seconds. Now, obviously, I'm one person. I'm not perfect. I'm not able to get it right every single time for all of these brawlers. But if you know a way to do something significantly better than what I show you in this video, I want you to record it, upload it to YouTube using hashtag HYPERCHARGEBOSSOlympics, and I just might feature you in a reaction short, but you have to do like way better than what I did. If it's shaving off like a fraction of a second, like that's like no big deal. I'm talking like big changes. Up next, we have Bo, and this one's a little chaotic. This one charges super, which you'd think would be useful, but tripwire is actually going to be helpful for a couple of reasons here. We're actually not going to use snare bear. We need circling eagle, because snare bear will actually prevent hypercharge mines from actually triggering. Gears matter as well. The start is the most important part right here. We go like that. Okay, and then we use that. Those trigger, we put down another full set of hypercharge mines. They will not trigger until we place this down. Okay, we wait. Boom, they start triggering. Hypercharge super. We activate this gadget again. Okay, they all explode and deal damage to him. And then we are done. Whoa, that was chaotic and crazy. That is enough to put Bo in 3rd place. Next, we have Bonnie. This seems to be Bonnie's best build here. We got both gears are important, the star power is important, and the gadget's also important. But here we go. We jump on there, we do as much damage as possible, we come back out, we use the gadget to reload as fast as possible. Okay, and our goal is really to just super on again and do as much damage as we can. I think I have to use hypercharge right here for extra damage, and boom. Ooh. Okay, rough score, Bonnie. Ooh, she is in 10th out of 12 brawlers. Up next is Brock. This is his best build. Both his gadget, star power, and gear all matter. Brock's is pretty straightforward. You just spam rockets, and you keep spamming. The cool thing is, Brock's usually be actually pretty complicated, because you needed to make sure that you aimed the rockets just perfectly. Oh my gosh, that is... Wow, I think that was like take 5 or something like that, and I shaved off so much time. That's crazy. 9.48 is absurd. That was easier than it used to be without hypercharges because you had to perfectly aim your supers. Oh my gosh. Up next, we have Bull, and I'm actually gonna let Bull cheat a little bit. I said I wouldn't use the damage gear because it would just be obnoxious for me to do it perfectly with every single brawler. It'd be so annoying. But Bull does have a star power that only activates when he falls below a certain amount of HP, and it's close enough to that 50% health mark, so I'm gonna allow it. And we go. Boom. Oh, yes. Okay, that was a satisfying start. But that looks like that satisfying start is about where it ends. Come on, and boom. That was faster than I expected it. Good job, Bull. 16.66. That is enough for second place out of 14 brawlers. Up next is Buster. Okay, Buster kind of sucks for this because his gadget doesn't matter. I tested his blockbuster star power. It doesn't matter. His gears don't matter. His hypercharged super doesn't even do anything. It's just gonna add 5% extra damage. So Buster's as simple as just getting up close and then spamming his attacks and then using his hypercharge once it's all the way charged up. This is going to take me a long time. Oh, okay. And boom. Buster got 79.78. That is the worst score so far, Buster. Shame on you. Just kidding. Up next is Buzz. Oh my gosh, Buzz is exactly the same. Nothing even matters. It's just his hypercharge is going to add 5% extra damage. The nice thing about Buzz, though, is the fact that his reload speed is significantly faster, and I'm pretty sure he does more damage, so. Oh no, I just realized I'm charging off of these bots over here. That is not allowed. I have to come from down here. Oh, dang it. We do still get to charge off of the boss just a little bit, though. You see the automatic hypercharge charging? Okay, final attack. Boom. That wasn't bad. Okay, he is in 12th out of 16 brawlers, sitting right between Barley and Bonnie. Up next is Byron. What matters for Byron here is just this one gadget. It does less damage for each individual dart, but he gets 3, so he does more damage overall. Some brawlers are hypercharged super. Byron's hypercharged gadget, super, and then attack. Whoa, that's a lot to manage. But there it is in action. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Okay, this should be the end. I might have been able to handle Byron just a little bit better, but we got so many brawlers we got to move on to. 51.75. He is in 14th place, Byron. Up next is Carl. For Carl, the only thing that matters is heat ejector. This power throw actually does not matter at minimum distance. It matters at long distance. So either star power is actually going to give you the same score. Okay, that was a lot, but we got a lot of flame on there, and that should be perfect. And now we just keep spinning. Okay, we'll definitely want to get this attack out there so we can get some flames, and boom. Okay, at 21.28. At 21.28, he is in 5th. Next, we have Charlie. Obviously, this gadget, this star power is insane against the boss. And then we want to use this gear. We don't even need to use the hypercharge at the beginning because the super and star power by itself is going to do, boom, 25,000 HP just like that. Okay, and now we do it like that to get a little bit of extra damage. Okay, and then boom. It's absurd. So much HP. Now there does become a crossover point where it no longer makes sense for us to do it because of the downtime. I believe it's right after this one that's actually going to be the case. Now we just keep going and we no longer use the super. We will use the hypercharge for a little bit of extra boosted damage though. And boom. Charlie's a fun one. That was cool. 30.48. That's enough for 10th so far. If you missed it, the star power does 25% of their remaining health. So once the boss gets low enough, the star power does less damage. Anyway, let's move on. Up next is Chester. Now Chester's weird because his supers are random and this gadget buff is also random. So we're going to randomize his score by only attempting it once. We'll start with hypercharge and then super and then use the gadget and we're going to keep on using that super. Oh, that's actually not random. That's really quite good. And here we go. Okay. Perfect. Boom. Oh, it's better than I thought it was going to be. 29.78. That's enough for 10th right now. And with 20 brawlers currently scored, he's right in the middle. Up next is Chuck. Nothing matters for Chuck except for this star power. Okay, I tried a whole bunch of things, but really what it came down to was just setting up 2 of these and then just doing that. That seems to be literally the best thing. Just 2 of them. I tried all sorts of different patterns and stuff like that, but he gains an ammo every single time he passes through the boss. And we'll do that for a little bit of extra damage. And that seems to be the best. Boom. So Chuck gets 20.61, which is enough for 5th right now. Up next, we have Clancy. This gadget, this star power, and this gear. Hypercharge, super, just keep going and attacking all over again. Oh my gosh. I wasn't even ready on the stopwatch. That's happened way faster than I thought it would happen. Okay, time to beat is 4.46. Let's reset that and try again. Okay, come on. Okay, that's so fast. I better try just one more time, just in case. Ready, set, go. Come on. And it's dead. Okay, I might have even ended the stopwatch just a fraction of a second too fast. I think we're going to leave it at that. That's probably the best that it could be. Because it's such a photo finish for Clancy, I'm going to take the average of those two scores right there because I think one was a little too slow, one was a little too fast. That puts it right at 3.69, and he is in first place with the third of the time that it took for Brock. Oh my gosh. Up next is Colette. All that matters is this gadget and this gear. Okay, it's going to start off with a hypercharged super, and we are just going to spam that. Oh my gosh. That's another one I've got to test multiple times just to get the most accurate score here, okay? And we are going. Okay, come on. Okay, I moved to Colette just a little bit closer to see if that impacts things at all. Ready, set, go. Oh my gosh. Whoa, it did 3.75. Why did that one aim to the left? That averages to 3.53, and that puts Colette just barely ahead of Clancy. Wow, that's crazy. Colette used to suck at this test. Up next, we have Colt. What matters here is his gadget and both of his gears. Hypercharge, super, attack, super, attack, super, attack, super, reload ammo, super. Okay, attack. Wait for it. Hypercharge super. Okay, go super. Okay, come on, keep going. Super. And we are good. That was a good one. I'm proud of that run. 20.6 seconds. That puts him in 7th out of 24 brawlers. Man, remember when Colt used to be like the best damage dealer? I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he got like 3rd or 4th in the first Boss Olympics test. Up next is Cordelius. All that matters for him is his combo stream star power and obviously hypercharge, which is always going to do additional damage. Okay, we're going to pop the hypercharge right there, and we are going to go into the Shadow Realm. Shadow Realm actually increases his reload speed, so we are going to stay in here, but we don't want to use his ammo all the time in the Shadow Realm, because then we can use his ammo to recharge his super, which does not charge while he's in the Shadow Realm. So we'll use one right there. Okay, but that should be it right there. Okay, 39.21. Ooh, that's enough for 20th place out of the 25 brawlers we've ranked. Up next, we have Crow, and I'm excited for this one. This gear matters, and this star power matters. Okay, go. I gotta pay attention to the health bar. Come on. Wait, that's not even our best one. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm gonna give him a couple more attempts here. Come on. Okay. Dude, oh, dang it. I forgot to reset it. So that's an additional 4 seconds there. Okay, one more time here. Fast. Come on. 3.8 seconds. That one felt a little bit more accurate. I'll use that one and then average it with the next measurement. Ready, set, go. Okay. Boom. 3.85. That's perfect. The average of those is 3.83, and that is 3rd place for Crow. Up next is Darryl. This gadget, this gear, and this star power are important. Okay, there's something really tricky I don't want to have happen, and that is I don't want him to get stuck into a corner. This is the least messy Darryl one that I've done. I'll try it a couple more times, but I think that might be the one. Yep, that ended up being his best score, 21.18. Perhaps some pro Darryls out there want to do better than that, but he's 10th out of 27. Up next is Doug, which will be a lot easier than Darryl was. And for Doug, all we use is this gadget and this gear and his hypercharge, of course. Okay, we are going to use hypercharge, gadget, and then attack. And then the only real thing that we do here is we just keep on using that hypercharge, recharging it, and then using his gadget when necessary for a little extra damage. Yeah, this is going to be a while. Okay, we're getting up onto our last couple of attacks, and this next one will do it. 63.38 seconds. He is one of our 3 current bottom brawlers. Next, we have Draco. The only thing that matters for Draco is his exposed star power. For Draco, we're going to start with his attack because his star power will give extra damage, and there we go, and we're going. Oh, yes. That is a lot of damage. Okay, hypercharge and super. Oh, I did that in the wrong order, but that's okay. That should be good enough. 25.9. That's enough for 14th place out of 29. Next is Dynamike. This is a one-time fidget spinner. It's better than the other one. Then we also have this gear and this star power. Now, the trick here with Dynamike is to not throw all attacks right at the beginning. You want to use them to recharge his super. So we will use one, and then we will start spamming, and that should help us recharge and recharge and recharge. What the heck is going on? Oh my gosh, I have him busted. What? I have never seen this before. Whoa, I fixed him. That was weird. Let's try this again here. Okay, and now we should be able to recharge those attacks and those supers. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That took me like six tries, but that's enough for 13th place. Next, we have Edgar. For Edgar, all of these different abilities actually matter. For Edgar, we actually want to use our hypercharge after we use some attacks because of the way that it quickly reloads his ammo. Okay, and we are done. Could have been a little bit more efficient, but I'm good with that score. That is 33.93. That is the best score I've gotten in about 6 attempts. Up next is El Primo. For El Primo, all of these are useful. This should be pretty simple. We literally just spam stuff. We got his El Fuego star power doing extra damage every time he supers, which is nice. We also have the asteroid that comes down like an asteroid. Okay, we are getting close here and we're done. 28.26, that's enough for 17th place right now. Up next is Ems. This gadget, this gear, and this star power are all useful. So we're gonna start with it and then use the super and then we are perfect. I can't actually even use the super right now, so I will activate it now. Okay, we do need to activate it with one more attack. Okay. Now we'll come up over here. We'll use that once more. And we are about there. Right there. Okay. Perfect. Man, Ems was annoying. That took way too many tries, but that's my best score. It's not even a good score. She's in 28th out of 33 brawlers. Up next is Eve. For Eve, all these abilities are impactful, but we'll probably be ignoring this gadget. Okay, for Eve, it's really important that her turret is in the perfect spot. If it's too high, then little enemies will go above this wall and go and attack those little things. And if I put it down too low here, the water will force them below and they'll go and attack the little guys. So I'm actually not going to use this gadget. And instead, we are just going to do this. This is plenty though. And she should get lots of little enemies. We've spawned a second turret now. We should be able to get a third here. Okay, there we go. Then they explode. Yeah, this is juicy. This is way juicy. Come on. Okay, there's another one. And we're done. You know, that was better than I thought it was going to be for Eve. Her hypercharge makes that way more interesting. And she's actually in 8th place with 19.89 seconds. Up next is Fang. For Fang, his gadget and his gear are impactful. We're actually going to start off with his gadget. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I don't know how many popcorns I got on there, but I have to have gotten some. I was actually worried the first time I recorded this that I was going to fly through the wall, but he doesn't automatically fly through the wall, it looks like. Okay, we got another hypercharge ability activated, and boom. Wow, 38 flat. That is enough for 26th place. Up next is Finx. For Finx, this gadget, this gear, and this star power are all useful. Okay, boom, there we go. Unload 3 ammo, and boom, there we go. Okay, another hypercharge right there, and I mean, the hypercharge doesn't, or the super doesn't actually do very much. We're close, boom. Whoo! 33.74 is enough for 23rd place so far. Up next is Frank. For Frank, this gadget and gear are the only thing that help. I also need to make sure I'm not too close to these so that I also recharge my super off of them. Oh, also I'm realizing reload speed is going to be better if I'm at low health. Okay, we're gonna allow it for Frank then. And we are ready. Okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't use the gadget. That's okay. We're fine with just a little bit of human error here. For some reason, I've been worried this whole time that I'm going to die, even though I know that that is impossible to do, but whatever. Come on, and this could be it. Boom. Okay. I didn't die. 40.34, that's enough for 31st place. Not the best, Frank. I'm sorry, my friend. Next, we have Gale. Wow, none of his abilities here actually are useful for Gale. It's literally just like spam everything. Okay, yeah, we'll just keep spamming everything. Okay, boom. 36.31, that is 26th place. Next, we got Jean. Oh my gosh, Jean's gonna be worse than Gale. At least this gadget is useful, and so is this, and so is the star power. But yeah, this is just going to be spamming stuff. Oh my gosh, this is so painful. Jean, you suck. Oh my gosh, 85.74 seconds. That is last place by an additional 6 seconds. So I don't think maximizing the gadget placement is going to do any better for Jean. Up next, we have Gigi. And Gigi is actually the only brawler in this test that does not have a hypercharge yet because she's not released yet and they didn't make her with the hypercharge. But the only thing that's important here is this star power. Okay, Gigi is a tricky one because you want to utilize her super but you also don't want to waste her reload. So you might think I want to use my super as soon as it is charged. No, I actually want to fully utilize her whole ammo bar. Oh, messed up just a little bit there. That's okay. It's actually really perfect or difficult to get Gigi's back. You don't want to like let it reload for too long. You also don't want to wait to use the super until too long. I would have to be a robot to get this exactly perfect, but this is what really matters right here. Roughly 7,000 damage. Boom. That was perfect. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it was my best attempt in like 4. This is taking a long time to film, but it's so interesting and I love it. Okay, 40.66. She's 33rd. That's not great, but then again, she's also missing a hypercharge. Up next is Gray. For Gray, all that matters is this gadget and gear. In fact, not even his super is useful. But we will use the piano to do some damage, which is nice. Okay, we're getting close to being done here. Boom. That is 38th out of 41 brawlers. Up next is Griff. And I have to check a couple different things. I believe this gadget, this gear, this star power, and this gear is going to be the best. However, there may be a use case for Piggy Bank depending on positioning of the boss with it. This comes out to roughly twice as much DPS as the Piggy Bank, but the Piggy Bank can help position the boss to maximize super recharge. Okay, we're gonna test this here. It all depends on how quickly Griff can recharge his super. Okay, that was fast. That was really fast. We're gonna try with this piggy bank now. The difference here is that with the boss test, normally I don't start the timer until an enemy takes damage. So that means that if I drop this piggy bank down, the timer hasn't started. However, with this hypercharged boss test, I have been starting the timer as soon as I press a button for the first time because I'm doing the timer, the stopwatch manually. Okay, we do that. It pushes the boss. Oh, that did shave off some time. Okay, let's go. Come on. Oh, 3.83, but I was a little slow on that one. Go. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 3.81. Boing. That doesn't count because it's not how I've been doing it this whole time, but I like pretending Griff is gonna be #1, right? Okay, let's do this one more time here. Oh, 3.68. Okay, that was good. I think that was the best score that I could give Griff. And yeah, that's wow. Oh, that's not fair. Clancy had 3 average. Colette had 3 average. I gotta give Griff 3 average. Go. Oh, okay. Oh! That was good. That was good. The fact that I had 3.68 and then 3.66, I feel like I can average that to 3.67. I feel like that's fair. It's still not enough to beat Colette, but I'm fine with Griff being in 2nd place at least for now. Up next is Grom. This gadget, this gear, and this star power matters. This is an annoying star power to do for this test, but we have to use it. Okay, hypercharge, super. We grab this. Okay. Come on. Please tell me I hit that twice. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. It has to be not perfect, but I can't miss a super like that, right? Okay, this could be it. Come on. Boink. Okay. That took a few takes, actually, but I'm happy with that score. Grom probably isn't, though. 37th out of 43 is pretty bad. Probably not as bad as whatever Gus is going to get, though. This gadget is useful. This gear is useful. And this star power is actually useful. Okay, let's go, 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 go. Go. We can stack up to 10 ghosts. We just have to make sure that we use it. So the reload gear actually doesn't matter, but this is going to be useful, and we'll use that gear to do extra damage while he's hypercharged. I don't actually know that it matters, but it is satisfying to finish it off like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I hit the button a little bit too late. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say it was 67 flat. There you go, Gus. 40th place. Next, we got Hank. None of these abilities matter for Hank, but I don't think it is going to matter. Yes. Oh, dang it. Oh, I did that too fast. Okay, let's give this a good shot again here. Dude, you really do it. It ends with 208 damage. You got to do one more super for it. Okay, 3.21. That's enough for 1st place, but we got to get a good average here, just like with the other ones. Okay. 3.18. And last one for the good average. Go. Oh, dang it. Dang it. I didn't reset it. It's okay. I can use math. Math would have been 3.23. I'll average those 3 numbers. And that comes to 3.206. 7. Dude, Hank is freaking in first place above Colette and Griff. That's crazy. I know Jacky's not going to be able to compete against that. Literally none of these are going to help her. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll use the super. Little known fact though is that a lot of brawlers that have supers like Jacky's actually stops your reload speed like that. You see that slightly stop the reload speed, so it's actually worse for her to use her super than to use her super. I don't think it's going to matter that much, but anyway, I'll stop using her super and her hypercharge super because they are useless. It's going to be 2 attacks regardless. We'll use the hypercharge and boom. Oh my gosh, Jacky just barely placed second to last above Jean. Like a fraction of a second. Next, we got Jae-Yong. Now his gadget, this gear, and this star power are all useful. Okay, now we're actually going to ignore the super for just a little bit. We'll swap now because his healing super or ability actually does more damage than his speed ability, and his reload speed is the same between them. However, this gadget does a little bit more damage. So we want to utilize that as much as possible. Yeah, Jae-Yong is taking a long time. Obviously, his hypercharge can also help as well. And hypercharge attacks, extra damage, 5% more. Oh, we're getting real close here, actually. Come on. Boom. Oh, that's the longest one. Congratulations, Jae-Yong. I spoke too soon. Jean and Jacky are not in last place. You are. Up next is Janet. Okay, now Janet's, I'm going to do something weird that I don't normally do for Janet. I'm going to edit my controls. I'm going to lock my movement control. And the reason why is so that I can grab from right here and very easily move perfectly to the left. This is important for her super so that I can do as much damage as I possibly can. Because it's tricky and weird, but I'm messing with Janet. Man, she's tricky and weird for this test. Gadget, hypercharge, super. Okay, perfect. Now we wait until perfect. Okay, now we are over here. We're doing damage. That's exactly what we need to do. Okay, now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna do it again. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know that this is a little messed up, but I've tried this so many times and this is already by far the best run I've had. Oh, getting a little shaky. Okay. It has to be just so perfect. It's ridiculous. 1, 2, 3. Boink. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. I'm going to take off 2 seconds because I know for a fact I could have hit that like the last. Oh my gosh. That was my best run. Okay, we'll take 2 seconds off of that. That's 63.98. A little human error, but that's fine. 41st place for Janet. Freaking Janet, man. That was obnoxious and annoying. And I am going to unlock my movement control. Thank you. That's so annoying. I know for a fact that Jessie is going to be less annoying. Everything here is important except for the star power, but I'm using that instead of energize so I don't accidentally waste ammo on healing at the turret. Okay, we'll also put the turret real close to her as well. Here we go. Oh, that was so good. Oh no, why did I mess that up? That was dumb. That's just one clip of a bunch of fails that you guys didn't get to see today. Take 2, let's go. Oh, that was perfect. Okay, just don't tap it. Don't tap it, Kairos. Don't tap it. Okay, perfect. Dude, the gadget. Jessie's so fun. I freaking love this. And boom. 21.44, that's respectable. Dude, she's in 15th out of almost 50 brawlers. And with Jessie, that means that now we have done more than half of the brawlers, just barely. And we have a little less than half of the brawlers left to go. Reminder that at the end of the video, I will show them ranked from worst to best on a spreadsheet. I'm not going to show you him all over again. That would be dumb. Up next is Juju. And none of her abilities actually matter other than her hypercharge. Okay, this should be pretty straightforward. We got a hypercharge, we got a super, and then we just attack. We could use land or we could use grass, but neither of them are going to benefit us. We will use the hypercharge to get a little bit of damage. The gadget doesn't help us at all. The super would waste summon time, so that's not useful either. And there we go. Not awful, but at 32.18, she is at 25th out of 50 brawlers, right in the middle, right? Up next, we have Kaze. None of her abilities here actually even are useful. Okay, this is attempt 10. This is incredibly frustrating and difficult because you have to aim perfectly, but you also have to be fast because of the reload speed. But then you also have to aim the super just perfect so it's on the edge while you're moving in a circle. This is not gonna be perfect. I'm so sorry, people. Okay, let's do this. This is gonna be my best attempt. Okay. Oh, okay. Perfect. Perfect. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh boy. Kaze, it's your lucky day. I'm taking my best score and I'm taking 2 seconds off of it. 22.95 for Kaze. I'm ready to move on to Kenji. And none of these abilities are useful for this test. Okay, here we go. Don't pull those little guys. Thank you. They did not pull it. Perfect. That's great. This is literally just a matter of mashing buttons, and I love that after Kaze. My word. Okay, we are getting really close here. Come on, this is gonna be it. Boom. Love that. Okay, he's in 37th out of 52 brawlers. Up next is Kit, and none of these abilities matter for this test. Really, really simple here. You just attack. The super normally will jump on enemy brawlers and like scratch them and stuff, but against the boss it doesn't do anything. Also, it's not a waste of reload speed to use a super like some brawlers. He actually continues reloading, so you can use the super. It's not going to do anything for you there. The only optimization with Kit is making sure that you have full ammo when you use a hypercharge attack, and then you can get that 5% extra damage buff throughout the hypercharge duration, but that's it. Okay, we're getting close here, and we got a hypercharge attack, which will not make a difference in the reload. Okay, cool. Despite Kit being easy, I actually messed up like 4 times on that one, but whatever. 43rd place. Next is Larry and Lawrie. This star power is actually really useful here. Okay, really simple setup. We just smash the attack button, and we reload super fast because of that star power. Because every single time one of their ammo hits, it reloads a little bit for me. So just best to spam the attack. And yeah, this is actually a pretty good one. This is probably our best thrower score, right? Wow, 18.08. Dude, that is 9th place for Larry and Lawrie. That's huge. I was not expecting that. Larry's hypercharge is great. Up next, we've got Leon. None of these abilities will help him in this. Leon is literally just mashing the attack, and he is a brawler where if you use his super, he stops reloading. So you don't even want to use his super. Here, I'll show you. Oh, they must have fixed that. Or my memory's wrong. One of the two. Okay, and this is going to be close. Is this going to be the last attack? No, one more ammo. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, Leon's in 45th. Next is Lily, and this star power is helpful for her. Lily is just a matter of mashing buttons, and we attack. Oh yeah, another brawler that does not recharge her super. Actually, is that even useful then? Okay, I'm gonna have to do another attempt without her hypercharge and see how that feels. Okay, 36.28, and that's using her hypercharge. Now, without her hypercharge, I don't think that the extra 5% of damage from her hypercharge is going to be useful, but it looks like it's not going to be that big of a difference. Boom. Okay. I had her at 36.28. Without her hypercharge, it's 31.86, which is enough to bring her up to 27th place. Up next is Lola, and this is her one ability that will be helpful. The only trick with Lola is just making sure that you are far enough away from your ego that you do maximum damage, while also not being too far away. And also, you want to make sure you use her ammo on her last, when she's at her one last ammo, so her star power gets activated. Like, sometimes I forget how insanely good that is. That should be it. Perfect. 24.93, that gets her 20th out of 57 brawlers. Next, we got Lou. And the only thing that matters here is this one gear. Just a matter of spamming your hypercharge and your super and your attacks. Kind of boring, but this is Lou. We will wait until we have full ammo there, or close to full ammo, and get that hypercharge super out there, do a little bit of extra damage between those, but other than that, pretty straightforward, and that should be it. Oh man, that's not as good as I thought Lou was going to be. 49th place. Next, we got Lumi. Okay, this gadget's good, so is this gear and this star power. Lumi's a little bit tricky because her super does less damage up close and more damage the further away you are. But you also want to be close enough to the enemy that you can spam auto aim. Otherwise, you're missing out on pretty massive DPS. See, look, I only hit with 1 there. That's a problem. My best testing means you want to do something a little bit in the middle so you maximize both. Okay, let's do this. Get those out. Okay, perfect. More flame. Okay, that's the hardest part, is that gadget, actually. Okay, timing is everything. Okay, perfect. More flame. And come on. Okay. Man, trying to do this perfect is stressful. Okay, Lumi gets 17th place with 21.56 seconds. Up next is Maisie. This gadget, this gear, and this star power are useful. Okay, Maisie's fun. This is like attempt 6 or 7 or something like that. There's a lot that you have to do, but her gadget essentially becomes a hypercharge recharge button because it does damage based off of the bot's remaining health. So it does an absurd amount and just instantly recharges the hypercharge. Hopefully I can get this right. It requires really precise timing. Okay, let's go. Come on. Okay, he's in the corner. That's perfect. Yes. Okay, perfect. Hypercharge, boink, boink. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay, perfect. Come on. Oh. Oh, I like that one. That's fun. That is my best time here. 11.86. That puts her in 7th place. Up next is Mandy. And none of these abilities are going to help her. Don't worry though, Mandy's hypercharge is going to be plenty helpful. I just had to make sure and recharge it at the perfect time. We got the 1, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. That's exactly what I needed. Boom. Took a few attempts, but that was flawless. Okay, Mandy gets 7th so far. 1073. Okay, next we got Max. The only thing useful for her is her run and gun star power. Since her run and stun, run and whatever gadget does not reload her ammo. So she just uses her hypercharge and she runs. And we use super to give her more run because running increases her reload speed. But we got the gadget or the hypercharge to increase her running speed even more, which does reload her ammo faster. And her super does the same. That was excellent. 5103, that's enough for 47th place out of 62 brawlers right now. Jae-Yong, man, he's still sitting at the bottom. Next, we got Meeple. This is going to be torturous. He's got a couple of abilities that I've got to test out, and I'll show you the best run. Okay, here we go. We are attacking, and that's cool. So it turns out that his gadget is actually completely useless, and his star power that increases his reload speed while he is inside of his super is actually the better option. The 30% additional reload speed that you get while standing inside his super, it turns out is a way more damage than the additional 600 damage you would get from attacking through walls. And the fact that you can actually recharge your super fast enough that you pretty much always have it is just a really big benefit for Meeple. I say really big benefit, but in reality, he is taking forever. Come on. Oh, 2 more hits? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is brutal. Wow. Oh, he is in 60th place. Almost made it in the bottom 3, but nope. Jacky's slightly worse. Oh, few seconds, 3 seconds worse. Up next is Meg. This helps her a bit. This gadget won't help because we only need one of these. Okay, here we got Meg. Now the trick here is to make sure that I do not waste her ammo, because if I activate her super too soon, then it will cut off her ammo, and that is problematic. Okay, and that should be it. 21.58, that's enough for 20th place out of 64 brawlers. Okay, next we got Melody. Turns out her gadget's not useful, but this star power is. Also, keep in mind that her super does not do any damage by itself. You just use it to try and hit orbs like faster, right? But every time I end up using her super, I end up messing something up, whether that's accidentally like dashing outside of range so the notes aren't hitting, or not having 3 supers when my hypercharge is up, so I can't fully charge my hypercharge. So other than to get notes from her hypercharge, I'm not using her super to get her best score. Okay, let's go. Okay, perfect. That is good. Now I just keep my super up. I keep rotating. We're just going to keep on attacking. And then as soon as the hyper is charged, we do it again. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Okay, it really takes some... I didn't pause it. Okay. I was a little bit late on the stopwatch, so I subtracted half a second. And that puts her in 18th. Okay, next we have Miko. This is useful. This is useful. And this does double damage against the boss because he's not a brawler. We actually use his attacks first. Okay, and then we use that, and then we jump up into the air because he reloads his ammo while he's up in the air. So this is basically like free damage. He won't even fully reload his ammo right here. Dude, why can't I attack? What the heck? You guys are seeing this, right? That is a weird bug. Anyway, I'll do this again and get you guys the right thing. Here we go. Okay, we land, do some damage, and that should be enough. Dude, the gadget finished him off. That was perfect. 51.76, still not great. 51st place so far for Miko. Up next is Mina. This is useful, and this is useful. Okay, I've recorded, I don't know how many takes with Mina. Maybe 7 or 8. I want to try and get her tornadoes to bounce around and hit the boss and like recharge her super and just like crush it. I cannot seem to get it to work. So if somebody can figure it out, tag me on Twitter and show me in a video. I believe that this is going to be, well, actually this is so far, that was pretty good. That was probably the best that I've seen. Then it's just a matter of using my abilities the right way and, okay, pulling him right. Okay, let's do that. Okay, yeah, this is definitely my best run. Come on, and, oh, dang it. I just barely missed it. I can shave off half a second for that because of that last attack that I missed while I was in the air. So 53.22, that puts her in 52nd place. Not as good as I was hoping. I wanted to recycle the tornadoes. Couldn't figure it out though. Okay, up next we got Mo. This may be useful. And if that's useful, this may be useful. And then this is useful. Okay, I thought Mo was going to be harder than he was. He's actually really not that bad. I thought I was going to have to like be really perfect with aiming his attacks and then moving from his super, but his hypercharge is just absurd. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back in here and then we're going to use that. 1, 2, 3, and boom, we're back into his hypercharge. And that's all it's going to take for us to finish this here. Let's see. 22.2. That's enough. Wow. 22.2 is enough to put him in 22nd place. That is wild. What a funny coincidence. Okay, up next is Mortis. His gadget and both his gears matter, but his star power does not. Okay, Mortis is a little bit tricky. You got to do that. And then that's pretty much the most difficult part. There's just a lot of waiting for reloading. Sorry, Mortis, I thought you were going to beat a minute, but your hypercharge is not that great, it looks like. Come on, and last one. Okay, 6601 is enough for 61 place, 61st place. That's funny. Next, we have Mr. P. I got to test whichever gadget is going to be better, but this gear is certainly better, and so is this star power, and this likely won't do anything. Okay, first up, we are testing his service bell. That's going to increase that porter, and that should be about it. 27.53. Okay, now we test his porter reinforcements, and let's see how this goes. Okay, we currently have, how many porters do we have? I don't know, but here we are. 24.34. So porter reinforcements is better. It's enough to move him from 30th up to 26th. Okay, cool. Up next is Nani. And yes, I changed my clothes. It's a whole other day because I needed more than one full work day to film all of this. This gear and this star power are all that matters. Okay, first up, we actually attack 3 times, and then the super, the hypercharge doesn't actually increase the super's damage any more than the 5% damage buff that you get. It just increases the size. So then what we want to do is we want to move around just a little bit for her star power to actually increase the damage, but not so long that we end up wasting potential ammo. And rather than using the hypercharge there, I am going to be saving the hypercharge for additional 5% damage, just like that. And then maybe a little bit of extra damage right here. Okay, this is probably going to be it, and we're done. 40.33, that's the best score I got in a few attempts, and that is enough for 48th. Up next is Nita. This star power and this gear are all that matters. Okay, let's see how well this goes. Should just be a matter of just attacking from now. We don't actually want to put another bear down because that would waste summoning time. We will, however, utilize the hypercharge for a little extra damage. Dude, that DPS is so absurd. Come on, there we go. That was pretty good. 19.14, that's enough for 13th place. Up next is Alli, and none of these abilities increases damage at all. Okay, Ollie's a little bit weird because you don't want to actually use his super when you have full ammo. So you want to do it like that because it does consume some of your ammo. In fact, that was a little bit of a waste. Not a big waste enough for me to restart this run, but just to show you guys what I meant. Okay, right there, that's actually the perfect time to do it, is use a super right after you use the last ammo. That's actually not a concern when you use your hypercharge super just like that. So you want to use a hypercharge super and then all of your ammo as well. And looks like, okay, cool. Oh, if I'd done my math right, he's gonna have 100 HP, that's right. Okay, gosh, that took forever. Is that the longest one? Wow, a new king of terrible was just crowned. He was 10 seconds worse than Jae-Yong was. Wow. Up next is Otis. All 4 of these abilities are actually important for Otis. Okay, this is just a matter of spamming your attacks. Come on, another hypercharge super. Hypercharge super doesn't actually do that much, but it does 5% more damage, so... Okay, come on. And there we go. 43.48, that's enough for 53rd place. Up next, we got Pam. This gadget and this gear matter as well as the star power does. Okay, now we will place down that first super, and the reason why we're going to do that is because of her mama's squeeze star power, and we use her gadget to reload her ammo. Her attack damage is actually really, really good, and her turret just does damage every single time, and then look at that reloading ammo. That's such a good gadget for her. 22.6. That's way better than I thought Pam would do. It's enough for 25th place. That's pretty good. Okay, next we have Pearl, and Pearl's kind of funny because she was released the update that hypercharges were released like 2 years ago. This gadget, gear, and star power are all impactful for Pearl. Okay, there's lots of manage with Pearl because of her heat bar. I like to start with gadget, hypercharge, 1 attack, and then a super, and then we do that again as well. And then, oh, is that a 3rd hypercharge super? Wow, that's the first time I've done that. Now we use super because the star power decreases the heat, at least the heat that the super consumes. So I feel like that's the best option. Okay, and boom. Okay, that was my best run. That's good. And it's enough for 37th place so far. Okay, next we have Penny. This is her best build with this gadget, this star power, and these 2 gears. Okay, we place her super, and then we put down the barrel so that we get maximum damage with that barrel. And look at that. Oh, it's just so juicy. We'll use hypercharge for a little bit more damage. Oh, looks like we didn't even need the gear recharge gear, but that's plenty of damage. Boom. With just one gadget, actually. It's enough for 17th place. Pretty solid. Okay, next we have Piper. This one's gonna be hard. We got this gadget, this gear, and then I have to test both these star powers or only show you which one is better. Even mathematically, as long as you hit every single attack, Piper takes a little bit of figuring out here, but I think that I've got this down. Okay, we auto aim this super, okay, and then it recharges the super. We jump away. We hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th shot right there. Perfect. Auto aim reloads just a little bit because of the snappy sniping, which is cool. Okay, and then we come back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should have a 5th, and then we do that same thing again. Auto aim super, and then we super again, and then we 1. Okay, come on. Boom. That was actually pretty fun. I'm kind of disappointed that Piper didn't do better than that because it was hard to pull off. Okay, next we have Poco. Oh my gosh, I just realized Poco's gonna suck. He does so little damage. The only thing that helps him is the screeching solo star power. I'm actually excited to see if he ends up outperforming Alli, but he's probably not going to. Oh my gosh, dude. Recharging the hypercharge takes freaking forever. Okay, we are just now halfway through. Oh, I think that Ollie's got him beat. I think so. Oh, come on. Oh, I paused it a little too soon. Okay, I restarted it. I'm gonna add half a second to that. Yeah, just a half a second to that because I did pause a little too early and then continued it. But yeah, he beats out Alli. He is the worst brawler. Wow, how it's so funny that Ollie's so low. He's like known for being so obnoxious and annoying and doing damage. I guess his reload speed is just awful. Is Alli support brawler? He's right between Jae-Yong and Poco. Okay, next we have RT. This gadget and this gear may be useful. We'll see. Okay, RT is kind of weird, and I'm only going to do 2 attacks right here, and the reason why is because I actually want to recharge my hypercharge as fast as possible because that's all that's going to be necessary for me to finish this off here. Attack, hypercharge, and it is done. Whoa, dude, that is enough for 9th out of 80 brawlers. Next, we have Rico. Theoretically, all of these should be useful, but this one might not be. Okay, I don't know how many takes this has been, but my best time is 11.14. So let's see if we can beat that. Gadget, hyper, super, moving up against the wall so that we can bounce off of the projectile or the wall for extra damage. That's all thanks to the super or the hyper, the star power, and boom. Oh, it was so close. Yeah, I feel pretty confident about 11.14. That's the best that I've gotten for him. He's in 8th place. Next, we have Rosa, and this is the only ability that helps her. She's really simple. We just attack. And we don't want to use too many attacks outside of her super because she gets extra damage with her star power. Okay, we got to finish it off with a hypercharged super. There we go. That is not that great. 60th place for Rosa, but out of 82 brawlers. So she's not... Well, I don't know. She'll get worse, probably. Up next is Ruffs. This gadget, gear, and star power are all useful. Okay, there's a little bit of randomness with Ruffs here. However, we can actually force him to take as many damage from these rockets as possible by using his super to get him kind of trapped into this wall over here. We're going to use consecutive supers to continue pushing him over there so that he continues to take as much damage from these rockets as possible. Oh, this is by far my best run. Oh, he got moved over there weird. Shouldn't matter, though. I don't even think we'll charge another gadget. Yeah, this is going to be it. Dude, that was the best. Wow. 33.7, that's enough for 44th place out of 83 brawlers. Up next is Sam. This is the only ability that I think may help him. Okay, Sam's actually pretty fun because you just spam his attack and his super over and over again like this. But then you get his hypercharge back up and you just keep on spamming, and that should be enough. Okay, 25.34, that's enough for 33rd place. Up next is Sandy, and this is his only ability that helps. Sandy's another really simple and easy one. By the way, it doesn't matter that my hypercharged super is actually dealing damage to that bot because it doesn't charge my super, so that's allowed and just fine. Oh boy, here comes a little extra damage with his hypercharged super and some attacks. 5% extra damage, yeah, let's go. Okay, we're getting close to the end here. Probably gonna take 2 more attacks. There we go, 99 seconds. That is enough for third to last. Oh no, he's one of the bottom 3 brawlers. Okay, next we have Shade, and none of these abilities are going to help him. Even Shade's Hypercharge and Super doesn't help him because we're just guaranteed to do maximum damage. Okay, this should last attack should be it. There we go. Okay, that's enough to put Shade in 62nd place out of 86 brawlers. Up next is Shelly. None of Shelly's abilities actually help her out here. All we do is we just spam our attack and a super between every single attack. That's all we can do. Okay, this should be the last. There we go. Pretty good. Okay, that is enough for Shelly to land in 16th place. Pretty solid. Next is Spike. This gadget's the only thing that adds damage. However, the star power makes his attacks a little bit easier to hit perfectly. Something to note about Spike is that you want to position yourself perfectly so that all of the projectiles from each attack hits. But if you go into the dead center to activate the gadget to do maximum damage, then your attacks will not do maximum damage. In reality, it gets a little bit messier than I thought though. We go like this. Okay, and we are spamming our supers over and over again. We're going to go right in there just like that. Okay, and that should be it. Oh my gosh, that was my best time. That was great. Okay, 10.59. That's enough for 7th place. Oh, it's so good. Next, we have Sprout, and all of these abilities are actually useful. This is attempt number 12 with Sprout. I have never had a perfect run. Sprout's very fickle. Starts off with a hypercharge super. We're going to throw one attack. We're going to throw that hypercharge. He needs to take 2,500 damage. Yes. Okay, now I have to do that perfectly 2 more times. Okay, perfect. Throw that down. Activate it again. Come on, be perfect. Yes! He literally has to be perfectly in the center in order to take 2,500 damage. Okay, I just need to do it perfectly 1 more time. Let's throw that down. Come on, please, please, please. Yes! Yes! Oh, thank you. And this should be it. That's my best time. I did all of those attempts to improve Sprout's score by 2 seconds. But that's enough to bump Sprout from 66th to 64th, so it was all worth it. Can you hear the insanity in my voice? Up next is Squeak. This should be a lot easier. The only thing that helps us is this star power. Okay, Squeak's actually a lot of fun right here. We just spam these attacks right here and keep on spamming as many supers as we possibly can. And then it does run out, the hypercharge does, but 1 attack and 1 super should be enough for us to get back in there. And that should be enough. Yes, that's my best time. That actually shaved off a whole second for my last one. That's great. 11th place for Squeak is solid. Next, we have Stu. None of these abilities help Stu except for this one, which ends up not being useful because it wastes time trying to get around to the other side of the wall. Hypercharge super, 3 attacks, and then super. Okay, and we go back and forth. And like, yeah, anyway, that's what we do. And then we just keep going. Theoretically, I should be able to get 2 supers for every single ammo as long as I spam my attack fast enough. When you're this close to an enemy, I have not been able to do it, even like a single time. You can do it from a distance, but I don't know why it's not working up close. There's definitely some optimizing that I probably could do with Stu, but he's been so annoying to do, and I'm just gonna not worry about it. And also, it wasn't even that good of a score. Ooh, 77th out of 91. That's rough. Up next is Surge. This may be useful, but I think that that's it for Surge. I'm gonna show you the cool thing with Surge here first, and that's going to explain why I'm actually going to not use my super after these first couple, okay? Once you get him in here, you can hit against the wall, and if you aim it just right... Oh, I forgot. I actually need to land my 3rd super. Okay, 3rd super is in, and now I can deal 7,080 damage. There we go. 7,080 damage. Now, you can see that it requires precision. Now, here's what happens if instead I decide to use my super for more damage. Oh, the boss moves, and I have to be perfect again, and I mess it up. So I will not be a robot. I will not be able to do this perfectly. I'm going to stop using my super after I get in position because the extra damage from the attack is way better than the extra damage from the super. And if somebody wants to record a perfect clip with Surge, please do and show me on Twitter. Okay, super, and then super 1, 2, 3, and super. That should be good. Come on, let's get this right the first time. Yes. Dude, I have not missed a single one. This is perfect. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I can move on. Okay, people who want to at me on Twitter, that's the time to beat. 3269, 47th place out of 92 brawlers. Next is Terra, who should be a lot easier. And all of these abilities actually are useful. Okay, Terra is just about spamming these abilities and making sure I don't accidentally attack the bots up above me. That is not allowed in this test. You can't charge your super off of them. But then it is just a matter of summoning these a second time, and they are going to make quick work of this boss. And it's dead. That was perfect. That was great. Okay, that's enough for 26 out of 93 brawlers. Ooh, we're getting close to the end. Up next is Tick. This gadget, this gear, and this star power are all useful. Okay, this is attempt number 6 for Tick. this is a lot trickier because you can get 3 mines from his hypercharged super to actually hit him. But you have to be in the perfect position. And let's see here. 3 mines should be right here. Come on. Oh, yes, that's my best time. Oh my gosh, I shaved off 3 seconds off my last best time. That's enough to move Tick from 28th up to 17th. Up next is Trunk, and none of these abilities help them. This is attempt 5, and you actually have to do things pretty perfectly for Trunk. We're going to start off with a hypercharged super. We're going to attack 3 times, and we're going to wait till the super is over. And then we are going, or the hypercharged super. And the reason why we're doing that is so that we can repeatedly super just like this. Okay. And now we get to use the hypercharged super one more time. Come on. And that should be it. Oh, yes, that was so good. That was the best. Oh my gosh, 18th place. Oh, that took a few attempts to get that just right. I'm really proud of myself. Next, we have Willow, where this gadget and this gear are useful for her. Okay, now you might not actually think that we want to use Willow's super, but her super doesn't do damage to enemy brawlers that it hits, but it does do damage to non-brawler targets. See that 1,500 damage? That was from her super. Her gadget also does 600 additional damage per attack, so her gadget is also useful, though it doesn't actually charge up her super, which is weird. It still ends up being worth using though. Okay, this has been taking a long time, but we are done. Oh, guys, I stopped it a little bit too late. We'll do 80 seconds flat. Give her 89th place. Looks like she would have been very well between Buster and Meeple either way. And finally, last brawler is Ziggy. His gadget, gear, and star power are all useful. Okay, something tricky with Ziggy is his star power will make it so his next attack will actually do more damage. Just like this, right? And so if every single attack hits, it's going to do more damage. However, if you spam attacks, you lose damage. See that? Oh, I just lost damage. So you can't spam attacks. Now the exception here is that we actually do want to spam our attacks right at the beginning so that we can recharge a second hypercharged super right off the bat. And then we can be a little bit more cautious about it. Perfect. Let's get that gadget going. And then we've got another set of hypercharged supers. And we're just spamming attacks here because this is going to be the final little bit. Let's get it. Boom. Yes. Boom. Ziggy at 28.03. He is in 43rd out of 97 brawlers. And that's how many brawlers we currently have in the game. Okay. That was a lot, but I promise you guys, I'm going to show you every brawler's final placement now that we've gone through every single one of them. We know that Griff, Colette, and Hank are our top 3. We know that Sandy, Alli, and Poco are our final 3, but what about every other brawler? Okay, here is the spreadsheet that I made here. A couple of interesting things to note right here. Okay, so our top 5 brawlers were all within like half of a second of each other, and those were definitely the most fun. Also, the halfway point right here is Max in 73rd. She is right in the middle score-wise between Poco and Hank. So almost like 70% of the brawlers were like in midpoint or better, and half of the brawlers were at 32 seconds or below. Then these last brawlers, they're just rough. They're just really, really bad. But it's kind of interesting. You can pause the video or screenshot it if you want to look at this later. I don't know how useful this is for you, but that is the Hypercharged Boss Olympics. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe for more Hypercharged Olympics videos. Assuming this one does well, I plan on doing more. And I'd really appreciate you guys using code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop. This video took me 2 whole days worth of work. Thanks so much for watching.